Coming off the back of a pretty decent week last week, we head into round one of Platt here at Gobbling Creek by Big Hockey Guy. Playing off the back tees, high winds out of the east, and the fairways, greens, they're all default, which is normal fairways, firm, and the greens are actually quite a bit slower than we've seen for quite some time here in Platt. So it should be a nice change of pace. That doesn't mean that the course is going to be easy. It's still going to be a good challenge. So we're just going to try and stripe this one down here, get ourselves a little pitch shot in, and get things underway. So thank you all very, very much so for being here. I appreciate the continued support on Twitch and YouTube. If you're on the YouTube side and you are enjoying this, please consider dropping a sub. Go a long, long way for me. Alrighty. That is going to land us quite short. But this is going to be long. So now the question becomes, do you try and take off or try and add? And I think sandwich pitch here, uphill a few yards. The lie and everything cancels. It's softer. I think a touch of loft. And like some decent backspin. Just get it on the shelf. I don't have to like spin it back fully. I think just getting it to a place where we have a putt on that upper shelf is going to be really important. Again, Colby, like, where does this come from? Where does this come from that the swing is just so unnatural as soon as Platt starts? Because I'm not even, like, I don't get it. I don't get it, but here we are. I'm not even going to try and count this one because there's so much break around the ridge. This is going to be fully on feel here to start. We go up, it's the big left to righter. And it releases out here, I think. Okay. Good distance control. Hung it a little bit high. And we're going to take a par on the first one. It's a tough one to get the bird in the first place. Have to hit that input, though. Have to get that input. Okay, so we can't go here, even with the downhill. Gotta play this safely over onto the right side. Okay, there's a good tempo. We're riding a little bit towards the right-hand side, but that's pretty well what we were expecting. And thank you for the luck, Lucas. All right, again, we got another back pin. Got about a 12-mile-an-hour headwind here. It's probably going about 5 yards deep. So right towards the back. So I think we're going to take this pitching wedge, and we're going to do just that. Try and take just a little bit off. Now we're going to fire out to the right with this lie. Well, a little bit long. Got a couple extra yards on that fast. So we got a chance at a putt. 15-footer, but put ourselves into a spot with a good amount of break. Like, very, very substantial. Just hit it too firm for that line. That was a really good putt. That was a really good putt. Just missed it on the high side. 178. 168. Get it in here with just a little bit of release. One down and to the left. Okay, we'll take that. Let's take an 8-footer and let's get ourselves on the board here. Alright, it's a bit crooked. We're just gonna hit this with pace and just run it right through and in. And that's terrifying because it ended up starting to play out towards the right-hand side there, and with the pace we were playing, probably could have lipped out pretty easily with, you know, an inch or two of movement, so definitely not the nicest thing. Okay, that started to play maybe a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to. Ooh. I think this is gonna be real nice with just a little bit of backspin. Just enough to get it to bite here. Okay. Going back to back. Going back to back. Now the thing is, we've gotta pretty well put behind us what happened on the first two holes. I just don't understand how I'm able to so easily all of a sudden rip the very fast. Puts us on the other side of the bunker so we're okay. I was not playing for 98% there, no. I was pretty much trying to flight that uphill and just put some spin on it. It didn't have as much bite as I thought having that with the slight uphill lie. So a little bit of misjudgment there. End up getting away with it though. Alright, I can't really afford to go up to the 5-iron, so I think we play this 6. You're probably trying to land it up in here and roll down to the side. I am yanking fasts. This is gonna be okay though. So long as it gets enough roll forward, it'll go right. But it doesn't. We found like the inch where it's not gonna go. All right, so you've gotta run this guy. If you're hitting it, hard break, right? It's gonna miss low. Just carried a little bit too far on that ridge. All right, I'm disappointed with that. I'm disappointed with that because I do feel like we had a chance. And just hung it up high. Yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on in my head with these longer clubs. I feel like I just rush the swing a little bit and am able to pull out some really fast shots at really bad times. Now, with this, we're uphill and into wind. I think the 4-iron still has to be the play because this is way too much club. So I understand this is a 4-iron. I'm just hoping that we're able to squeeze just enough out, get a high roll, run this up, all that jazz. Push slow. The push isn't the end of the world here. Maybe the fairway bounce helps us? Although the fairways are only normal, so you're not actually going to get the big fairway kick like you might in a lot of circumstances. Ah. Just enough. That's a tough par. That's a tough par 4, though. That's a very, very tough par 4. Just in terms of length, and then when you don't get the best lie and you've got already that much length, it's a horrible combination. Alright, so we've got 210 here on the carry. This should carry right about hole high. So I think with a little bit of loft, get this to the right side and fall down that hill. Support the friends, Casey. Thank you very, very much for 2 months. Hope you continue to enjoy your faces. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, come on, let's get a good shot here. What is wrong with me? That looked and sounded fun, Lucas. What, that swing? That swing, yeah, it looked and sounded so much fun. Thank you very much for 10 months. Thank you for choosing to use your Prime sub over here. I hope you continue to enjoy your faces as well. I'm like apparently a mental job out here on the course these days. Been hitting so many on the like very fast side. The other person subscribing, yeah, good cover, good cover. That's what they want me to think. Now we take it. Put a milk bottle with my swing on it. If found, please return to twitch.tv/zcolpster. 340s, 321. It's downhill. I'm going for it. How's it going, Pat? Hope all is well. There we go. Need a drive like that. Need a drive like that. Because now we actually can get in here with a reasonable-ish club. So you get 190, a little bit more than 190. 5, 4, 3. So you can get a 7-iron into that slope. I feel like if you full backspin it, you got 4, 6, it's 192. Get a little bit out of that wind, and maybe you can carry this 7-iron all the way home. We got another one of them raids coming on in. It is raid night. Scotty and company, welcome on in. Scotty, thank you very, very much for the raid. You were playing some of your plat rounds tonight, right? Welcome on in, everybody from Scotty's. We are in the middle of our plat round 1 at the moment. Playing so-so. I can't say I'm incredibly pleased with the way that we're playing, but we're fighting. 3 under through 7 with a chance at eagle here. Hopefully we can cash in on something. Let's see what we got here. It's a lot of the break in the early goings of it. No! It didn't even move at the end. I thought there was gonna be like a little something at the end, just to like curb it. Just to curb it, but it went right on through. We'll take the birdie though. Unfortunate. Very, very close. Thank you for the Lux dives. Okay, we'll take that tempo. It's under hit, but it's good to see some perfect tempos come up. Just reminds us that we do still have it in us to hit those. Now 122 and 12. A little bit long with the sand wedge. It might still be a little bit long, but I'm gonna put just a touch on the loft here. A little fast. Okay, so we did have distance dialed in quite nicely there. I think if we get this just on that right hand side, hit it with pace up the hill. Okay. It's 5 under. As much as we know we have the capability to do more and should be doing more. What kind of freaking fairway is this, dog? OB left, everything kicks. Push slow, so I'm not even going to be able to get it to the fairway to try. Heavy rough, nice. Terrible design. That's a horrible hole. Right to left wind maybe changes it, but with that wind setup, that's disgusting. So what? And then you're just hoping it bounces and rolls enough to just get on the green. I couldn't do that again if I tried. I couldn't do that again if I tried. It doesn't make the design any better. It does make the score a lot better, but I'm not reneging my stance on that being a terribly designed fairway. In my opinion. Now I don't know a thing about course design, but it just don't seem right to me. Unless it's supposed to force you to lay up to 200 plus yards on the approach, which, in my opinion, is not a great design either. So let's add about 20 to this. Carry us about here. Okay, we're good. All I was caring about here was getting onto the green. Hey, Dr. Jenks. Any idea why your game on PC is lagging like crazy on online matchers? Are servers different? Haven't played in like 5 months. I mean, I don't know exactly how the servers are set up. It is cross-platform, so all of the servers should be the same. That being said, 2K servers for this game aren't necessarily all that great. Like, even loading into societies can take a bunch of time, so... yeah, take what you will from that. I would just say that the online servers probably overall not all that special. So you go through these first... I didn't trust it! Gosh darn it, Colby. I didn't trust it. We went right-hand side because it actually did break at the end, and I moved it out. Another tap-in birdie, so we'll take it gladly, but man, missing out on the eagle opportunities by small margins here. Definitely gonna add up. All right, uphill 202. If you get like 212, 224, 7 yards of bounce and rollout, so give this some loft and let it release the rest. It might be okay. The fast seemed way worse. But 4-iron, even on 134s, 4-iron with tailwind just takes off on you, huh? Okay. See if we can squeeze a putt. Man, these greens, though, they've got some interesting stuff going on. They've got some interesting stuff going on for sure. It's like if this goes out to the left, it breaks a lot more. So I guess you start as like you're always going through that one. So if you're out to the left a little bit more, then you are going to take this ridge. I don't... This is so funky. This is so weird, man. Almost, but somewhere in there it just didn't quite break enough. Well, I suppose it's just going to be a game of inches, as it always is. As it always is. Of course, we want to score all of these, but we just got to take what the course is going to give us, and it's not giving us a whole lot in terms of, like, easy putts. All the putts seem to have just that little bit of something in it. You know, this is okay if it goes a little bit left of the hole, because it does feed back from that side. Okay. Don't hit the fairway. It hit the fairway. There goes the ball. It is normal fairways, so, like, I guess it's not as bad as it could be, but moderate or even firm greens compared to normal fairways is going to be probably a fairly comparable case, so I'm not going to get too worked up about that one. This should be, if I'm reading this correctly, which I historically am not, should just be outside left. I underhit it. Yeah, we are like just off on these. We are just off on these. Oh no, that's tail end right. Go through? Don't go straight right, go through. Okay. I don't know if that changes the complexion here. 300 out, I don't think it really mattered where that ended up. Because 270 is like our top end. So you can pretty much just get it to maybe here if you're lucky. So we'll lay it back. We'll lay it back. See if we can get something nice coming in. Has 64 yards. You've got... You've got this landing like a yard or so short. And probably stopping. So I'm going to give this just a little D-loft. It's diagonal. You know what? I'm going to... With it being diagonal, we're just going to play this stock. That's a good call. Very, very solid distance control on that. Thought about playing some D-loft in, would have put ourselves long. All right, left side of the fairway. Nice and easy swing. Start it left, give ourselves plenty of room here to not go to the right. Okay, so we're still very much so in striking distance of some double digits. I think a lob wedge, with it being uphill and the wind the way it is, I think we should be able to sit this just nicely. Now that hung out. I hung out there, but it should be an uphill putt from here. Hopefully not too much going on in this putt. Says it's breaking, but it feels pretty straight to me. I am getting a little bit aggressive with those. There may be a little bit too much power even on the ones that I'm trying to power through, but they've paid off so far, so I can't be too upset by it. Now this is 153 to 152. This seems like there's more of a 2-yard disparity here. We'll go 6-yard disparity, that's 10. All right, little push draw here. All right, not a terrible spot. Thought I could maybe squeeze a little more distance out of that. Came up just a touch short. Pretty flat through there. Also seems pretty flat through there, so... All right, 2 par 4s to go. We've missed a few putts, so like we've definitely had a round, despite some pretty horrific inputs. We definitely had a round in which we could do some damage. But we're hanging around still, so I'll take it. As much as I would love to try and go for this, I don't really know what sort of shot I could pull off. So let's go around these trees here. Just put this on the top side of the fairway, let it kick a little bit left and give ourselves just like a straight shot over. Should be able to pitch it. I think it's a little far for a flop. Okay, so we are in that like awkward range here. Pitching wedge flop into wind, but downhill lie. But I have to think that I'm gonna play this with just a little bit of backspin. That's not too shabby. A little under hit, as admittedly I am worried there all about the tempo. But it gives ourselves a chance. It's just this first part I'm worried about. I went with the aggro line. I went with the aggro line there. I know it's the riskier play, but I'm just trying to take a little bit of that break out of it. Because it felt like it was getting into a pretty precarious territory. This is a mean drive as well. So fast. So fast. It's normal fairways, though, which is going to be our saving grace. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Getting away with one there. Hot dang. Alright. I don't trust the lie here, TFR. Look at this. I do not trust the lie. Everything in me is saying... But I feel like I have to trust it. It's gonna go left. Guard against the right a little bit. And then what? It's uphill. But it's forward and a little release. I play lie at the ball, Vike. Good distance control. I just couldn't quite. We made a few putts, but we were like just this much off on the reads for probably about 4 putts. So 11 under to start. Like, it's crazy to think that we were like just fractionally off of being like way up the leaderboard, but gotta take it. I think 11 under is still pretty solid looking at the way, we're T12 on PlayStation with 11 under, so it's actually got to be pretty good. Got to remember, as much as this is easier than previous weeks, it's still tough. So it's the type of thing, scoring is there, a little bit easier, but if you get caught out, it could spell trouble. So we'll take this 11 under into round 2 tomorrow and see where we can go from here.